Alrighty, what's going on, peeps? Anyways, I saw this in our Facebook group and it made me laugh. Now, we all love our kids. We all do. But can you imagine? Can you imagine coming home one day and seeing your little princess sitting there at the table, being creative, and you see her doing this to your Vietnam dollars? She's just cutting out the faces of the dollar bills because you know what, Papa? She likes the bills. Oh my God. Can you imagine catching one of your kids, taking your currencies, and cutting it up like this? So you can see, this isn't the first time one of his kids have done this. He had 3 other kids that did the same thing and just lopped their heads off and put them over here on the table. But apparently she didn't learn and listen. I'm just kidding, but oh man, don't tell me you guys wouldn't be peeved if you seen this. I know I'd be losing my mind. I love my kids and all, but that would just be crazy. Looks like he caught her at a good time because she was going for the gusto here. All right, so anyways, I wanted to just bring that up because I thought that was kind of funny. Hey, look it. Just a reminder, this is, we have a Facebook group with the same name as the YouTube channel. I highly recommend you guys go there and join. There is a lot of great free information inside the group. There is information on the Iraqi dinar as well as the Vietnam dong, different types of cryptocurrencies, gold, silver chats in here. They talk about stocks. They talk about all kinds of different types of investment opportunities. I encourage you to go here. The description, the link to is in the description to the Facebook group. So if you have a Facebook account, just follow the link and it'll take you here. All right. There is a lot of great stuff in here for you to enjoy. As a matter of fact, most of the stuff that you guys pay for inside Patreon groups is most likely in here for free 99. Anyways, I've been talking about this and I can already see it's happening. But there's another kind of image I'm getting here. You can see this right now. The IMF provides $50 billion to fight the coronaviruses. These guys aren't literally providing money to fight the virus. Let's be honest. All the coronavirus is the flu. And I showed you in the last video, more people die of the flu than the coronavirus. How more people died from the H1N1 virus is like in the hundreds of thousands. All right. You know, all of a sudden we got, I think all in all, I don't know how many people is dead worldwide. I mean, not that it's okay to be dead. You know, I don't wish this on anybody, but I think it's less than 100. Now there's thousands of people who have been infected, but there's not that many people who have been dead. All this is this to me looks like they're preparing. This is just them moving money around. The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, central banks around the world are moving currencies around. They're claiming it's for the coronavirus, but I can't help but think it's something else that's going on. I really can't. This is just unusual. They're just moving money around all over the place, and the so-called it is. I kept saying this is probably what most people consider the global currency reset, or whatever it is. This is part of it. You know what I mean? If you just go on here and they talk about what they're doing to fight this pandemic, it's not even a freaking pandemic, man. You guys calm down. The news is overhyping it. China's out there, you know, they're not sharing information to the world. There's outbreaks all over the place. What outbreaks? It's just another type of flu. You know, so if you're in the whole conspiracy thing, then this just looks like, hey, the so-called globalists have found a way to install a lot of fear into the people around the world, and it's crashing the economies everywhere. And this would be a good tool for Democrats to try to use against Trump. They're already doing it now. They're claiming that Trump is the most unprepared president, which is not true. As a matter of fact, the CDC came out and said the United States is the most prepared in the world to handle this virus. But it's funny how the Democrats seem to forget that it was Obama who slapped on so many regulations to how the test that we use for the flu, he put so many regulations on there, the test kits, that the test kits weren't even properly prepared. Trump removed those so that the test kits could get out the doors. So I don't want to hear this crap from the Democrats. Sorry, you guys are trying to be political, but you just get tired of seeing all the hogwash. Again, I can't help but feel like this is more of a distraction for what's coming. It's a much bigger picture, all right? But anyways, I thought this was unique. Here we are. The IMF has announced $50 billion to support countries hit by the coronavirus. The organization also warned that the outbreak had already pushed this year's, here we go, global economical growth below last year's levels. See, they're already making an excuse for this worldwide economical crash, all right? Making excuses. We already knew it was coming. Like I said in my Facebook group, I told everybody at the end of 2018, before all this hogwash came out, that there was a schedule, and I put the schedule in there saying how each country we're going to crash, and then we're going to do it in a specific order. And so far, it all came true. And I said the last two countries are China and the United States, 2020 and 2021. All right, and it's happening just the way I said it was going to happen. I forgot where I got that information from, but it was a document that I was reading, and I said, "Oh, check this out." It was some kind of schedule that they were talking about in regards to currency, and I thought that's interesting. But it looks to me like they're planning a crash, and that's exactly what they were doing. Actually, I think I got some of the information from Lynette Zhang, who I absolutely love. If you don't know who she is, you got to look her up on YouTube. She's got some great information, and so is a combination of things. Anyways, that doesn't matter. The point is, there is a crash that's taking place. All right, and the excuse for the crash is going to be the coronavirus. But this, like I said, there's a much bigger picture. Look, the central banks around the world screwed everybody over. Every 80 to 100 years, they move us into a new monetary system, and they use some kind of excuse to get us there. And I told everybody, don't be surprised if they don't try to force everybody into cryptocurrencies. All right, they're just going to try to do away with the fiat system. Not going to be able to do it all the way, but they're going to find an excuse to push us into cryptocurrencies, and this is the excuse they're looking for. You think I'm lying? Central banks are contemplating a world without cash. This just came out. Yeah, you know what I mean, because, China's washing their currency. Other countries are saying, hey, guess what? To contain this virus, it's funny how the more serious flu viruses, like the swine flu and Ebola, and, the H1N1 flu, we didn't get rid of our money. But all of a sudden now, hey, the coronavirus, we need to get rid of our money. And we need to go to a cashless basis. There are countries that had banned, India, China, Korea, all these people had banned cryptocurrencies. Now, all of a sudden, magically, they have allowed cryptocurrencies. That's interesting. Talk about timing. Anyways, I wanted to show this article. They're talking about going to a cashless society. Okay, central banks around the world are investigating a rich set of protocols. The BIS, dun 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 dun. Here they are again, wrote. They are involved with everything. For those of you who don't know who the BIS is, they are a bank that is a central bank to the central banks. I suggest you look them up because they have been very active lately in recruiting countries around the world for what I'm not sure. What are they preparing for? I have no idea, but I think it's very unique, or I think it's very interesting that they're pushing other central banks to go into cryptocurrencies and create a stable coin. They're also talking about a cashless society. So how do you get the masses to accept something when they normally take a long time to convert over? I mean, there's still people out there with freaking flip phones, all right? I've seen people texting with phones that you have to push each of the digits. Remember how number one had A, B, C on there? So if you wanted B, you had to push the one twice to 10 text. There's still people out there that got those kinds of phones, all right? The point being, if they can't get the masses to move quick enough, they'll find an excuse to shove you over there. And this whole cashless society crap is, this disease is going to be their excuse. I'll leave the two links so you guys can come and check this out. I just thought it was unique that all these things that I was talking about and said it was going to happen. What did I say was going to happen? They're going to find an excuse to push us into cryptocurrencies. Didn't I say that? Once everybody's into cryptocurrencies, guess what they have control of? Your money digitally. And what can they do? A bail-in. Okay, I said that in one of my videos. Go back, check it out. I told you, it's like going down a rabbit hole. But call me crazy, they seem to be heading in this direction. So when I tell you guys buy physical gold and silver and hide it in your house, it's for a reason. This currency exchange rate thing is going to happen. I'm so down. There's not even any more doubt about it. And I think it's going to happen sometime here soon. I keep thinking it's going to happen sometime before April, but it's definitely going to happen in 2020 because there's a huge crash that's going to happen economically in 2021. And I mean big here in the United States. Now, the size of it is, well, I don't know. We'll see. Is it going to be one of those, oh my God, I better have 3 months worth of food and stuff? Hey, there's nothing wrong with being prepared. I told you guys should grab fiat currencies, keep it in a safe somewhere, at least 3 months worth. The rest of the money, I would not hold on to fiat currency. It's going to be worthless for the most part. But I mean, at least hold on to it. So while it's usable, you can use it. So you could go to your local communities, go into farmers markets, do what you need to do to get your family fed, start learning how to grow vegetables. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with being prepared. I told everybody in the group, and I'll tell you now on YouTube, you need to start buying fractional silver bars and fractional gold bars. They're about a gram each in size. Grab 100, 200, 1 gram silver bars, man. Grab 100, 1 gram gold bars. I mean, that's the best way. They're small, they're tiny. And if the gold value goes super high, you can use those to barter and get things that you need. I'll tell you what, no store is going to say no to gold and silver, even if the fiat currency isn't worth a damn. All right, just throwing that out there. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting that these 2 articles are talking about pushing us exactly they want us to do. Look at this. In the event of a financial crisis, consumers can and do take comfort in knowing they can convert their electronic money to cash if needed, according to the BIS. Yeah, okay, so let me ask you something. Let's just say the internet, for whatever reason, crashes. How are you going to get your money? How do you get it out? Now, I understand the internet isn't going to crash, but everybody's running around talking about a possible EMP attack, and if you knock out all the power, and our power grids are taken out, how are you going to get on the internet? Just think about that. I just want you to throw that out there. Do you really, really trust the government to not do something or find an excuse to shut down your crypto accounts? They've already done it. They've done it a few times. The last time we seen a huge drop of cryptocurrencies, I told you what happened to me. It was my experience. And that is, I couldn't even get in my account. It told me I needed to validate who I was all over again. And I tried for days to do it. Finally, after a few days, I was just magically able to get into my account. By then, the cryptocurrencies had rebounded pretty much, so there was no sense in me panicking. But, the fact that I couldn't get in there, I didn't like at all. This latest drop over here, about, a week ago, and when the stock market, people could not get into the Robinhood accounts. As a matter of fact, I'm hearing on videos and reading articles that there's still a problem with Robinhood. So anything digital, there's going to be an excuse for you not to be able to get into it. They could just shut you out. Just like when Cyprus went through the whole bail-in, people couldn't go to the banks. They closed the banks. They literally just shut the banks down for days. People couldn't get money out. The ATM only had so much money. Then once it was gone, that was it. People had no money. They couldn't pay their bills. They couldn't get food. It was a whole screwed situation. I told everybody it was a dry run. So what are central banks doing? Why are they producing a crap load of money when they know we can't afford to do it? And they're making every excuse to do it. Quantitative easing, lowers interest rates. Just so you guys know, those types of monetary policies don't help our country. Those are technically, believe it or not, socialist actions. When they do stuff like that to your bank account, that's what socialists do. Because the whole goal is to take the money away from you. By providing low interest money to the powers that be, the rich and the banks, and then they take that money and they borrow it at little to no interest, and they grab that money and then they buy up all the stock on the market. So they crash it, the stock goes lower, you panic, you sell, you take the loss, they buy it, it goes back up. People jump back in there because they think it's time to jump in there. What happens again? They turn around, they crash it. It drops big time. You people turn around and you guys respond to this emotionally, even though I tell you don't do that. Just leave it alone. And that's what they're doing right now. They're just pumping up their own wealth so they can ride out whatever this crisis is that's coming up, okay? And they're already buying up gold and silver like nobody's business. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to start seeing a shortage here pretty soon. So the amount of gold and silver available to the public, don't be surprised within the next couple of years you don't see that there is a lack of, or there's no more available. Not meaning that there won't be more. I just mean they're just going to find a way to gobble it up or make it very hard or too expensive for the average Joe to get it. Anyways, I'll leave this because this article is really interesting for you to check out. No, I don't trust my government. They've never, I mean, how our own government politicized our intelligence agencies and attempted a coup against Trump. They spied on American citizens. So should I trust my government? Hell no, I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. They're allowing censorships happening everywhere, okay? So anyways, not to get too, again, politically, I just leave that when we get here. I want to kind of show you, oh yeah, this is good to hear. So I saw this article. This is good. It's a quick one. It says the Iraq Ministry Planning report on Wednesday that the federal government is launching an economical project that would provide about 100,000 job opportunities for young people in the private sector. Yes, please, hire the young people. Stop the protesting. Bring stability back into the country. Hire 100,000 people, because if you hire 100,000 people, guess what happens? They get paid. And what happens when you get paid? They pay taxes. What else do they do when they get paid? They buy things. They buy stuff that they need. This is the kind of thing that strengthens the economy. This should have been happening a long time ago, but they need more than 100,000 jobs. They need a few million. But we need to get the protesters to calm down so outside investors will come in again and start putting people to work. I already showed you guys that they're looking for outside investors. They posted some new investment opportunities. I did a video for it. If you missed it, go back and check it out. All right. Also, I want to mention something else that's kind of interesting. Mike sent me a couple of articles, but I wanted to show you guys these articles because I want to show you how far we came since the same time last year, okay? Look at, remember these articles from last year? Look at this. The Parliament, so which ones? This is from this time, March 20th, 2019. The Parliament Finance Committee tends during the current legislation term to put in place mechanisms to change the financial and monetary policies in the country in coordination with the central banks of Iraq, aimed to raise the dinar exchange rate raising the dinar exchange rate. See, they were planning this last year. Remember when I told everybody my prediction is that they would make the rate change happen last March? You can understand why I was thinking it was going to happen last April, I mean. All right, and then, again, I'm right back a year later saying the same crap, knowing it's going to come back to bite me in the ass. And that is, if they could just get their crap together, there's reasons to believe the same thing. But, you know, we don't see many articles like this anymore. But you can see here, they were talking about raising the dinar exchange rate and finding a way to maintain a stable inflation. All right, so this was an article from last March. Okay, so in 1 year, look where we went from. They were talking about getting ready to raise the rate, and now we don't even have a freaking government in Iraq. All right, so you can understand people who've been holding on to Iraqi dinar. You can't get mad at people when they go, "This is a scam. This is a fake," because you can understand why. And look at all the crap that they've been going through for much longer than me. I haven't been in the Iraqi dinar for that long at all compared to a lot of other people, okay? So I'll leave the link for this if you guys want to play around with this and check this out, this article. But look, again, and the same kind of thing happened over here. So this is when was this? This is even August of 2019, all right? Look at this. Let me enlarge this. So members of Parliament Financial Committee, no, I'm not going to announce their names, said in a statement today, Monday, August 19th, the Financial Committee will work to raise the dinar price against the dollar and give it strength amongst other currencies in the Arab world, or at least maintain the current exchange rate so that it has monetary strength within the local market. I remember this. This is when they were talking about coming out with the coins. Remember that? So let's see here. And revealed that the Finance Committee in the House of Representatives for existence of the trend to rework in the currency that had been used for decades in the country, while members of the committee proposed to anticipate the process of minting the coins by step to delete the zeros from the current currency so that their value for small cash categories. Okay, so in other words, look, what they're talking about deleting the zeros, we went through this and I got 2 videos out there called deletions of the zeros. If you haven't seen it, go out there so you guys don't get confused about what it is they're talking about. This is one of the biggest misunderstood and misinformed and misled understandings of what the deletions are of the zero. It means a couple different things, but I went in there to explain what the 2 were, okay? So look, this was of August of just, where we at? This is August, September, October, November, December, January, February, you know, this was even freaking 5 months ago. I mean, 6 months ago. So 6 months ago, they were just talking about getting ready to move us into the smaller currencies, the lower denominations. Remember that? Okay, hey, we're going to move into the low. So it's crazy how far we have fallen in such a short period of time. All right, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I changed my mind. I still think something's going to happen between now and the end of March. It's something that I believe, but I'm just saying it's crazy how we've fallen. It seems to have over the past just few months. We went from you know, getting ready to do an exchange rate to adding in coins to redenomination. So, you know, he added that the use of metal denominations and their disembarkation. Is that right? That doesn't look like it's spelled right. All right. For circulation, it gives a moral value to the currency. Yeah, we know about this. In other words, trying to say it makes people feel more confident in your currency. There's a big difference between me having a $25 bill that's worth $25 versus me having a $25,000 bill that's worth only $25. Do you see the difference? If I have a smaller denomination that's worth what it said it's worth, I feel a lot better about that. I sure to hell would rather have the $25,000 bill be worth $25,000. Anyways, I'm going to leave those articles. I just think it's interesting how far we've seemed to have fallen or taken a step back compared to where we were just about 6 months ago. All right. Anyways, let me know what you think. Leave a comment and hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I already made an announcement about a show that's coming up. I hope you guys catch it. I will make the announcement as to when that show is. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to share this with you guys. And don't lie. You know dang well you spanked the hell out of your kid if you came home and saw that. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? You got yourself $1 million or 1 million dinars and all of a sudden the rate change happens and you come home and your little princess thinks the little guy in the picture is so cute that she cut him out of all of your currency. So just think about that. Talk about going from rags to riches back to rags real quick. All right, you guys have a good one.